Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today it's early morning here in France and we're going to be doing a flight using the Korea add-on, the Skypark. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that very soon, but first I want to give a massive shout out to our community member Pathogen, or that livery guy as he's known. Here goes one of his fun liveries that he's put together for Kiwi Air right here. Very strong Nespresso theme, and I'll show you this a little bit more detail as we do the flight, but I want to give him a shout out on his Fiverr page. Guys, if you want a high quality livery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that livery guy is the man who's going to do it for you. As you can see, he gives a few examples of his work. We've got the Cub Crafters right there. He does the internal and external texturing right there. Here goes one for the football fans, Manchester United on the, looks like the Cessna 172 right there. This British Airways livery, by the way, was featured in a recent Microsoft Flight Simulator update. Also a couple more football ones here. We've got an Arsenal one here. Not sure why you'd want that, but anyway, it is good quality, and it looks like an X-Files one's down there too. So I'll put the link down in the description. He can hook you up for a really reasonable price. Make sure you go and check him out if you want a high quality custom livery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alright, let's get into the flight, everybody, and here I am in the contracts page of the Skypark. Now this is by Parallel 42, who are associated with Orbix, and by the way, this isn't sponsored at all. I picked this up myself and it's a really cool app that gives you a ton of flexibility around the aircraft you fly. You can select any aircraft you like for any route, and essentially what I've done here is I've just sort of zoomed into a region in France. I've just pressed search this region, and I like the look of this flight here. Now it is a very short flight, really, 63 nautical miles, but I thought this sounds like a good little flight that I can do just for this particular video. Now it's from Lulbenque to Beaumont, and I hope I pronounced Beaumont correctly, and all I need to do is go ahead and press request, and it brings up the information screen, or the conduit as it's called right here. You can go ahead and press load's a good idea, and now it's going to load everything onto the aircraft. It gives me a bit of a graphic here of the airport, and it also shows me here which aircraft are suitable. So the ones that are sort of really dark, the choppers, good luck finding those in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And the single engine right here is definitely, it's all dark or blacked out if you like, so that's certainly appropriate. And then you've got twin engines, which sort of is a kind of an option for this flight. The great thing I like about this app, it tells you about the highest obstacle that you will find on the direct route from airport to airport, or the route that you've put in there. You can upload your own custom route if you want to. And it gives you all the details here, that the runways that you are going to be departing from, the type of runway, and also what you can expect on arrival. And that's a great little feature. You know which way the runways are pointing, and so you can zoom in there and pick the one you want. As you go along, it actually ticks the each waypoint as you get to it. We're actually going to be flying for clear sky, so that's the little shield right here. You can fly for the baddies, and if depending on the type of contract you do, if it's an illegal or dodgy contract, your karma will reduce, go more towards the wolf, and if it's a good guy's contract, it will go more towards the right. As you can see, I'm a very good guy, no surprises there. Luckily it doesn't actually assess your flying ability, else I might be completely off this scale. Anyway, my XP is going up there, and as time goes by, you boost your XP. Now you do get paid some dollars also. If I go into here and go into holdings, you can see the flights that I have completed thus far, $1,324. I am rich. I could almost buy a graphics card for that much. But at the moment there's nothing you can spend your money on, but this is actually in development, this app. So they are looking to find ways you can spend your money. So what I'm going to show you though, just before we take off, is the Yo Flight, which essentially is, the way I look at this is, this is essentially the Volanta app, but just reduced down a little bit. It's a moving map, as you can see here. It's got my route right here, and when we start up our flight, this is going to move along. Here goes 3D mode right there. It's very similar to Volanta. But as you fly along, it will orientate itself to the route and you can follow along. You can actually zoom right in here, and it gives you a diagram of the airport, so you can find the taxiways once you get things sorted and get on your way. Obviously with an airport this small, not really that important. I can find my way pretty easily. But yeah, it's a very cool little app, very simple but flexible, and so far really enjoying it. One other thing you can do, by the way, just while I'm at it, is you can actually, I don't know why I went in there, everybody. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I actually needed to be in conduit. I'm a bit slow, excuse me. But this little set of numbers and letters right here, 5B0D5, if you've got a mate or a friend or a close acquaintance or a faraway acquaintance, just anybody you know who wants to do exactly the same flight as you in Skypark along with you, you can go ahead and share that code and they can go ahead and fly the flight. So there you go, everybody, simple as that. We've loaded up the flight. We don't need to do a flight plan because we're flying direct, because guess what? We're lazy. And that's how we do it here in Kiwi Air. So let's jump into the aircraft. I will show you a little bit about this livery as we go by. For those of you that have followed the Kiwi Air streams, you know, a bit of fun. You know, let's just say we don't usually follow protocols that closely, but if we look up here, we're going to turn our fuel on. Hopefully someone did refuel the aircraft. There's a few mold stains around here. The one feature I would like to point out in this aircraft right here is that we have actually converted the initial separator into a Nespresso froth machine, so that's how you get the froth, and then your Nespresso, there's no more parking brake, the Nespresso will be dispensed right here, so very handy because when we fly, we need Nespresso. Now, if you're associated with Nespresso, please put in a good word for me. I'd love to be sponsored by Nespresso. I use your product a lot, and I'm happy to give you a big shout out, and let's be honest, a shout out on this channel is worth probably $30 million at least. Well, let's round it down to 12 Nespresso capsules. I'll take that. Anyway, we're in the aircraft. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery. We'll turn on avionics 1. Ignition's on. Alternator master is on. Starter, let's throw that on. Oh, let's put the fuel boost on. That wasn't the right order, but you know what? If in doubt, wing it. While that engine's starting up, I'm going to go ahead and turn up the brightness here on the display. And we'll go ahead and do it on that one too. So when that pops up, that will be ready to go. Now, it did say that 2,000 feet was the highest obstacle we're going to encounter. So we're heading in a, from memory, let's take a look at our track, an easterly direction here. East odd. So I'm going to say, let's go 5,500 VFR is what we're looking at here. We'll go 5,500 and we'll just see how we go from there. So we'll just set our barrow right there, which actually incidentally is 3011. Down here to our other avionics, we'll switch it on. We'll also get our CDI needle so it follows our GPS because we're too lazy to hand fly this. Once again, Kiwi Air, hold on tight. That's the least of your worries. I should actually throw RPM up because guess what? Those are the rules, even though rules tend not to apply on this airline. But as you can see, a beautiful day for flying here in France, so I'm looking forward to it. So automatically in the background here, I'll just pull this across. We've got our Skypark here, and now that we've loaded the aircraft, by the way, if you start to take off and you haven't loaded your goods, it's going to tell you, hey buddy, load your goods. So that's quite a good reminder so you don't take off without them. But this will just track it, and what we'll do is we'll just sort of have a look at it as we go along in the flight. So things are looking good here. Let's check out the passengers. They're probably hiding under their seats. Hi George. They're hiding under their seats because, let's be honest, they know our track record. Someone needs to give this a bit of a scrub. Oh, it's probably okay, actually, in second thoughts. Now, one thing is that back door is welded shut because otherwise it would fall out. So if the passengers do need to exit the aircraft, they can exit it through the holes in the floor. So, hey, as we say here at Kiwi Air, safety is our priority. It's our 29th priority, but it is a priority. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, let's taxi out to the active and let's take off and see what sort of carnage we can create in this flight. I'll catch you very soon. Okay, I know a few of the eagle-eyed viewers out there will be saying, oh, you did not even turn on any lights. And to you, I say, keep it to yourself. I know how to fly this thing. So I've gone ahead and turned on the lights because we were actually trying to save some battery power, save the company some money. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So let's go ahead, ease ourselves through to some sort of power that doesn't throw the propeller completely off the aircraft. Nicely forward, and let's just make sure we don't go into the red too much. Well, it's almost due its 5-year service, although we can probably skip it because, you know, 5 yearly is way too often in our company. Okay, there's some good airspeed right there, just a little bit of back pressure, and we are flying. Now this is a no flap takeoff. It's also a no skill takeoff. The pilot has no skill whatsoever. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to take a few little pictures of our climb up to cruise altitude, and we'll join you once we get up there. So I'll see you very, very soon. Okay, welcome back everybody, and here we are. We're just approaching our cruise altitude of 5,500 feet here, and some beautiful landscape down there. I do notice that Europe looks really good at ground level. Sorry, not at ground level, the ground textures look really good is what I mean. Looks good at ground level too. I have noticed with the latest update that I'm a little bit laggy, so I don't know if anyone else is having that issue, but anyway, sucks to be me. Let's go in here because I want to take you to the Yo flight. As you can see, we're moving in the direction of flight. We can actually put north up. That's probably a good way to go, so you get a feel for the actual direction of flight. So we're moving along the pink line, and as I said, the obstacle clearance is all based on this pink line right here, or magenta line. So as you can see, we don't really have down here. This is actually shows you your obstacles, and as you can see, 2,000 right there is our highest one. So we'll just move this out the road. Just want to show you a little bit more about this livery right here because, like I said, that livery guy has done an absolutely sensational job. Now, you've got to remember, it's a little bit of fun, this one, for Kiwi Air, but still really good quality. So this is exactly how we wanted it. There's a lot of coffee jokes in here because Nespresso, that's our favourite coffee. Get in there. It says, words can't express how much you appreciate life when you've been flying with Kiwi Air. More rank, satisfied customer. That's right. Yeah. No bribes were taken during the making of this livery. That can neither be confirmed nor denied. All our coffee is freshly grounded by order of New Zealand Civil Aviation Authority. We've got good old George on the tail right there. You little ripper, get in there, boy. As you can see, bit of fun, but it looks really, really cool. The front half is a bit like our normal Kiwi Air livery. And then we've incorporated our soon-to-be sponsor. I'm sure they're going to see this and say, why wouldn't we sponsor this guy? Absolutely worth our marketing dollars. In here we've got a few signs. This is a valve-free zone. That's Alan, one of our regulars, who reckons that I don't have any valves when I speak. No idea what he's talking about. And this is how the door opens in case you're stupid. Always good to cater for the lowest common denominator. Spit it out, mate. Anyway, cruise altitude, not much more to do here, folks. So what I'm going to do is join you when we're on our final approach into Belmont. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Okay, everybody, we've rolled out on short final approach here into Belmont. And I didn't mention it before, but I'm lazy again today, using my good old Logitech Extreme 3D joystick. Tell you what, they go the distance, those things do. Not sponsored, but Logitech, I'm available. So I haven't got my honeycomb stuff out, couldn't be bothered getting it out. But the Logitech is a little bit more challenging, a little bit more sensitive to the touch. Look at that river on the hill there over to the left. But still does the job nicely in these aircraft. You just got to really get them trimmed out, but you don't have the trim wheel. And as people know, I love the trim wheel, I should say. All right, coming in here. Let's not take off the roofs of these local houses right here. And crossing the threshold, let's just pull back the power a little bit here. And a little bit of a heavy one there. Engage thrusters, reverses, I should say. And it wasn't too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't too bad. It was, we might have to go and pick up the landing gear off the runway. But that's a minor issue that we can resolve. So let's go ahead and taxi. Well, we'll just taxi via the grass, because at the end of the day, it's about saving fuel. So I'm just going to taxi down this little makeshift taxiway right here until we get over to the holding area, the apron right here. Nice little airport, actually. It's actually got a grass runway on the other side there. So this is completely fine, completely legal, and there's no problem at all. Here goes our... In fact, we'll use this as our parking space right here on the helipad, it looks like. Let's bring our app across here. And as you can see, if we go to Conduit, this is the one. And it changes this to deliver, the little icon right here, because we're sitting at the airport that we should be at LFIF Belmont. So we'll go ahead and go deliver. And you little ripper. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So we're up to 1494. XP level 4 up to 904. Karma's now 5.5. So we've got another 100 odd points there to level up to level 5 right there. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. the Skypark, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and enjoyed flying the Cessna 208 and the great livery by that livery guy. Go and check him out. But another very cool and interesting flight here on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you are new, how about consider subscribing to the channel? It costs nothing at all except just a little bit of self-respect. And what about hitting that like button? Or if you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. It's all engagement. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, take it easy.